Hi, everybody. This is Stu, and today we're going to be talking about the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is the championship game for the NFL. It's the most popular sports game in America. About 150 million people watch, which is about half the country. And so it's a big part of American culture. So today I'm going to share some expressions and vocabulary words that you can use when you're talking about football. The first thing to know is that when we talk about a football team, we're actually talking about a group of people, not just a thing. And so we often ask who's playing. And this means which teams are in the game. So, for example, the Eagles are playing the Chiefs this year. Another good word is a matchup, and that is the combination of the teams that are playing. And so we're thinking about who they are together in the game. And so this should be an exciting matchup. Sometimes we have a one-sided game, which is when one team is much better than the other one. For example, the Super Bowl in 2021 was a one-sided game. Tampa beat Kansas City by 22 points, which is a big difference in football. A similar idea is a blowout. This is an idiom that means that one team wins by many points. The 2014 Super Bowl was a blowout. Seattle beat Denver 43-8. A lot of people thought that was a boring game. The opposite of that is a close game, and this is when the score is almost equal. Last year's Super Bowl between LA and Cincinnati was a close game. The final score was 23-20. So that was an exciting one. An idiom for this is a nail biter. And so in this case, nail is like fingernails. And so a nail biter, you're biting your fingernails because it's so close. And this is also a very exciting game. And the outcome is decided at the last minute. And a good example of this was a game recently between Kansas City and Cincinnati. It was a real nail biter. The deciding field goal was scored with 6 seconds left in the game. We also talk about rooting for a team. This is an idiom that means that you support or you cheer for that team. It's also not always the team that you usually support. It can just be for the one game. And so I'm rooting for Kansas City. Another exciting time is when the score is tied. And this is an adjective that means both teams have the same number of points. So, for example, the game is tied in the second quarter. Speaking of quarters, a quarter is one of the 4 periods that make up the game. Each one is 15 minutes long. And so, as an example, the quarterback was injured in the first quarter. There's also halftime, which is a break in the middle of the game. The Super Bowl has a very popular show that happens at that time where famous musicians play. So as an example, are you going to watch the halftime show? There's also kickoff, in which is when one team kicks the ball to the other team, and that starts the game. It also happens at the beginning of the second half after the halftime break. And so kickoff is at 6:30 p.m. So now that we have some of the vocabulary, I'm going to bring in Masha, and she's going to help me give a conversation using these terms. Thanks for joining me, Masha.
Hey Stu, I'm excited. I don't know much about football, so
Okay,
I'm
are
glad.
you planning to watch the game?
I am planning to watch the game. I'm really excited about the halftime show.
Oh, sure, of course. I think there's a lot of people who really only watch the halftime show.
Well, the halftime show with Rihanna and then also the commercials. I
Yeah.
love the Super Bowl commercials.
Oh, they're huge. I mean, it's I think it's $6.5 million for 30 seconds this
That's
year.
crazy. That's
Yeah, and
crazy.
so yeah, so they really do put a lot into these ads. Who are you rooting for?
Well, I'm kind of embarrassed to say I actually don't really know which teams. I think I heard the Kansas City Chiefs. That's what I know.
Yeah,
That's one
yeah, they're
team I
back
know.
again. They played in 2021, I think. And then also it's going to be the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay. Okay, so an East Coast team.
Yeah.
So who should I be rooting for?
Well, I think it kind of depends how you feel about Philly.
Okay.
I know
Okay.
that the people in New York have a stronger feeling than I would, being from the West Coast. But I think a lot of people really like Patrick Mahomes,
Mm-hmm.
who's the quarterback for the Chiefs.
I
And
know his
so
name. I know
yeah,
his
so
name.
he's a really popular quarterback. I think a lot of people are supporting Kansas City because of him. And I think for me it's there's some kind of a connection with him. He actually is from the place where my parents live now. And
Oh,
so
okay.
he's their hometown hero. And also being from the West Coast, I have absolutely no connection to Philadelphia.
Can I ask like which team is the underdog?
I'd say it's going to be close, but I think most people expect Kansas City is. The
Is the
Eagles
underdog?
had yeah, they're the
Oh.
underdog. Kansas City had the best record this year. They were just completely dominant over the 49ers
Hmm.
in the playoffs, and so I think most people are giving them the advantage. It should be a close game, though, regardless. That Kansas City is a great team, also, and so hopefully it'll be exciting.
All right, so okay, if they're the underdogs, I'll probably root for Kansas.
Yeah.
Um, what are some things to watch out for? Like when I'm watching, if I watch the
Hmm.
game.
Sure. Well, kickoff starts at 6:30.
Okay.
And I'd expect the first quarter is probably going to be pretty exciting. Depending on how the first quarter goes, the second half of the game can be really boring. And so, if it's clear that one of the teams is going to win, the second half can be really slow. And I
Okay.
think there's a lot more excitement in the first half too. A lot of people have parties
Mm.
and you're happy to be at the party and you're drinking, and you get a bit tired by the second half of
So
the
by the
game.
second half, you already kind of know who's going to win.
Depending, it could be tied. We've had
Okay.
that before, that there was a game, I think it was last year with Cincinnati. It was tied going into the fourth quarter, and it was really close at the end. And so
Okay.
that was a nail biter, and that can be really exciting. But Super Bowls are hit or miss, and so sometimes you do have games that clearly one team's going to win, and then the fourth quarter especially is very slow, and it's just not an exciting game unless you're a fan of the winner.
Um, I know it's like chicken wings, lots of like
Mm,
finger food, right?
sure,
I've been to a
nachos.
couple of parties.
Yeah, yeah. I think yeah, traditionally buffalo wings,
Hmm.
pizza, a lot of bar foods like
Yeah.
mozzarella sticks, potato
Yeah.
skins, and
Those
all
are
those.
awesome. I like
Oh
those.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna make up some nachos and beer and all that for the game.
So I kind of want to shit talk for a little bit. So I noticed Kansas City, and you said the Philly. What was the Philly team?
Philadelphia Eagles.
The
Yeah.
Eagles. I don't see Tom Brady's team.
No, he had a really just terrible season. It
He did.
it was they the only reason that they made it to the playoffs was that their conference is so terrible.
Mm.
They actually had a losing record. They
Oh,
were they were yeah they were I think 8-9, I believe, at the end of the year,
but they were
and
the
so
winners last year, right? Last
2
Super
years ago.
Bowl. Oh, 2 years ago. Okay.
Yes, yeah, they lost in the playoffs last year.
Okay.
And so Tom Brady had a really terrible season.
He should have
There was
retired. He
I
shouldn't have come
know
out of
he
retirement.
could have gone out on top. That even going to Tampa, I thought was a bit of a risk for him. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think he really couldn't stop himself, I think. But now he retired again.
Yeah, I heard
We'll see
that
how
too.
long it lasts this
He might
time.
come back.
Yeah, it was 40 days last time. So, but there is talk, though. The owner of the Patriots said they would offer him a 1-day contract so that he could officially retire as a Patriot.
What? Really?
Yeah, I mean, he won six, I think, six Super Bowls for them.
Oh, he's
So
good. Yeah, he's good.
yeah,
Whatever.
so I think
You know.
they're, they want them. Think about how many T-shirts they'd sell for that. You
That's
know,
true. That's true. But
so
yeah, they're Boston, so it's okay.
yeah, yeah. Also, the Patriots didn't make it to the Super Bowl this year either.
Yeah, they haven't been doing very well,
Yeah.
but okay, that's off topic. But
Okay.
okay, so so basically Kansas, Philly. All right, that's gonna be and you're rooting for Kansas, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be rooting for Kansas City. I'm a Seattle fan, so I always support the Seahawks, but we didn't make it out of the playoffs this year, so Kansas City will be my temporary team for this Super Bowl.
All right, well, go Kansas.
Yeah, go Chiefs, I guess.
Well, thanks Stu for teaching us about football and yeah, teaching me who to root for and the different phrases we use.
Of course, no problem. I'm always happy to talk football.
If you like this video, please like it and subscribe to our channel for more videos. We hope to see you soon. Bye.
Bye.